Hello, everyone. Yes, I know the headset looks a bit weird. It's because I use it for when I'm on my friend's Twitch stream and when I Twitch stream as well. It's also, the mic is a lot better. Right, for those that have been under a rock for, say, the last week and a half, probably have no idea what this video is about at all. And I will keep it as short and sweet as I can. I will probably do a separate live stream or a separate video explaining why I've been AWOL for a while. Just not at the moment, because this is very important. This is a topic we've talked about on and off on this channel for years. I don't trust Greg. I've never trusted Greg. I think I was subscribed to one of his channels for about 2 weeks, and I was like, no, there's something creepy about this guy, and I fully understand why now. If you remember, rather towards the end of last year, at the beginning of this year, there was Isla, which is Billy's friend, and Social Repulse's ex, came out and said that Sarah, who was 15 when she first contacted Greg and Lenny / Kai, 16 when she moved into the house, and at that point she was 18. And she said that Isla had said that she'd had multiple conversations with Sarah about this topic and about her relationship with the guys and her relationship with, the long-term relationship between her, Kai, and Greg. And she'd said, oh, we've had sexual-based conversations, we've had this, that, and the other. And there is a possibility of a relationship when I hit 18. Now, when I exposed these facts, Greg said didn't happen, Kai said didn't happen, and then Sarah said didn't happen. And over probably say the last couple of weeks, Sarah's actually turned around and said, hold on a second, I'm finally away from that situation. I'm finally out of that entire thing, and I can now speak freely. So I'm going to tell the truth. And she's now saying that what Isla said was correct. That when they were when she first started contacting them when she was 15, there was an element of not just a parental or a friend relationship to the conversations. Then when she moved into the house, the conversations continued. Then when she was turned 18, the relationship turned sexual. Now, Greg said that for grooming to be called grooming, it has to have led to a sexual relationship at some point. First of all, that's not true. Grooming is when you are talking to somebody in a way that is A, not age appropriate, and B, could be construed as a way to try and coax them into an adult relationship that they are not old enough to consent to, not able to consent to, and they don't know the full scope of what an adult relationship is. That's grooming. Actual fact, to see if I can get my thingy to work. Right. So, we'll jump onto this. I'm going to use Washington State Legislature because that is where Greg is based. So, sexual misconduct definition. And sexual misconduct means any sexual exploitative act with or to a student, sexual abuse including blah blah blah, and it doesn't just involve students. It involves anybody underage. So there's that one, and then there's this one, which is criminal law and legal definition of grooming. And we'll look at this one. Whoever knowingly persuades, induces, entices, or coerces an individual to travel in interstate or foreign commerce or in any territory or possession of the United States to engage in prostitution or any sexual acts with a person, any person can be charged with this criminal offence. Or, anyone using mail or any facility or means of interstate or foreign commerce or within special maritime or territorial jurisdiction of the United States not only persuades, induces, entices, or coerces any individual who has not attained the age of 18 to engage in prostitution or sexual activity with any persons can be charged with a criminal offence, right? He was doing this before she was 18. So, because they were talking about it for 2 years, there was cuddling. Kai exposed their genitalia to Sarah, and Kai had told, sorry, I know I keep using she, I apologise. Kai had told Sarah what Greg's genitalia looked like. There were conversations of, oh, when you turn 18, this is going to happen. When you turn 18, this is going to happen. And it is absolutely ridiculous that people think, oh, this is fine, it's fine, it's fine. At the end of the day, what has happened is something that is systematic with Greg. Before Greg and Kai got married, when they were first talking to each other about a sexual relationship, about being together, Kai wasn't 18. They moved, or should I say, they travelled to an area where Kai can get married without being 18 and without needing a parent's legal guardianship. And they also travelled to a state where Kai could legally consent to sex in that state, but couldn't consent to it in Washington. So there's that. There was also a image. Right? I found something which, if true, is extremely upsetting. Nope, that's not the one. Okay. Might be on. Oh, I can't find it now. Is it on Sarah's? Let's see if it's in this. Apparently Greg is rather pissed. Right. This is a tweet from Sarah herself. Blue is Kai, grey is Greg. Right, so we'll can we open image in the new tab. It's just so then I can increase the size so it's easy for you guys. Thought we agreed on using the virginity as a pawn is wrong, which is Kai. Now it suits you. You want to resort to that. It's a big. Greg says it's a big deal. Kai says, and she lost it to you, not me. Greg says virginity doesn't maternity. And then he corrected himself and said matter. Kai says, so does 7 years of a relationship. We're forgetting about that. And no, you did threaten our relationship. Greg says. So I just ignore you taking girls' virginity and treating her like she's dead to you because she got jealous. when then doubling down on treating her like she's dead when she tries to shut herself off so she can't be hurt. So, and from Sarah's tweets herself, the her first ever true relationship was with Greg and Kai, which is upsetting for sure, because the principal fact is Greg is a predator in every sense of the word, and he really does need to be stopped. He really does need to be stopped. It was Blair's video that told me about this, and she's since been followed by Chris Hansen on Twitter, so we'll see what happens with him, because if he's now aware of this situation, I can't see this ending well for Greg, because although Chris Hansen isn't exactly perfect, when it comes to catching predators, he's one of the best, and he has a lot of sway with the law enforcement that deals with this type of thing. Hence why he's been able to do multiple TV shows catching predators. So, to catch predator, Chris Hansen versus predators, you get the idea. So, yes, it is a case of time will tell. Let's just see. I think Greg's just saying, "No, it's not true. It's not true." I won't be able to see anyway, because he's a pussy and he has his fucking tweets protected. DM me on Patreon. Because you're a fucking pussy, that's why. And for those that'll say, oh, this might be it. Okay, so I found the ones I was talking about earlier. Right, we'll go back to that screen. Okay, so Rowan replied to Patreon. You're daily reminded that although motherhood makes you better than everything, when creators leveraging motherhood to inspire their rights. And then it said, daily reminded that although it matters what their users do both on and off their website, Patreon continues to give 2 confirmed child predators a platform to fund their digesting lifestyle when other users have been banned in the past for far less. So then there's the conversation that I read out to you not long ago. Sarah. It's the same Sarah. Greg and I fucked while Kai was in New Mexico. Use it against me. Kai sent me a selfie with his genitalia out while I was underage. Please try me. And they probably won't, because of the fact that she has evidence. And that I'm not even going to read, because if it involves her being under the age of 18, I don't want to read that. So then there's this. For those with that context, Sarah was essentially a foster child of the 34-year-old Greg in the picture, and he and his husband flew her out to their home when she was 16, using the money that Patreon allows them to collect. He and his husband groomed and abused her under custody of basically. So, things aren't going to be going well for Greg for the next couple of days, I don't think, or for the foreseeable future. So, there's just a lot going on with the whole Onision situation at the minute. And some people say, but he could have been an abuser. yes, he could have been an abuser, and some abusers do go on to abuse. However, not all abusers have been abused, and not all those that have been abused become abusers. So there's that situation to deal with. So there's that. Right, I'm going to come offline now. I just thought I'd jump in and let you guys know what's going on at the minute. There's so much going on, it's untrue. And there we go. So I'm going to go and de-stress, I think, and I will be back soon, hopefully. Like I say, sorry, I've been sort of AWOL. There's a lot going on behind the cameras that I'm trying to deal with. An IRL that I'm trying to deal with, both with me and a couple of friends. So it's not exactly easy at the minute for me to even get the time to go online and the energy. Again, that's a conversation for another day. Stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you very, very soon.